Today I'm going to talk to you about how to clean the cooling fins on a Briggs Stratton engine. This is basically a 22-inch cut Craftsman 6.75 torque lawnmower engine. It's self-propelled. I'm going to talk to you today about how to remove all the covers and everything to get to the cooling fins, to blow out the trash, the garbage, the leaves, grass from around the cooling fins. Okay, step one is removing these. There's actually two covers on here. There's two screws that hold this red cover on first. And I always just slide it back here and let it hang on the string. Some of these models you can actually leave this small plastic cover on, but I found out it's easier. Just take it off. It's not going to hurt anything to take it off. Okay, on the top of the where the fuel tank actually bolts on, there's 3 5/16 screws. Take these 3 screws out. Don't forget about this bolt underneath here is 3/8. Basically, it just goes through the tank and into the side of the engine. Okay, once you got the 3/8 bolt out from underneath where we showed you just a minute ago, there's 3 of these screws here that go in the top here. Just kind of set it back, just set the whole assembly back over here like this, just to get it out of the way. On the top right here is 1 5/16 bolt that actually holds the dipstick tube in place. I'm going to remove that bolt. Okay, on the shroud cover there's actually 4 bolts that need to come off. There's 2 here. And there's 2 more bolts here in the front of the shroud. These 2 bolts also need to come out. One here, one here. Okay, on this, it's to remove the cover. Basically, you just kind of lift up on the dipstick tube and turn it to get it out of the way, and lift the shroud cover completely off. Okay, basically what I do is I use water to clean it. You're basically going to be jetting water down in here. Clean out this little cone here for the pull starter, and just basically wash off everything. Make sure you still have the filter in place so water won't get inside the carburetor. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of debris and stuff that's coming out. So normally what I do is I tilt it forward, tilt it back a little bit, let some of the water drain off, and then give it a few minutes to drain, just to dry up a little bit. And then I don't have to tell you what's in this can. But basically what you're doing is just putting a spray lubricant on it, and it's also a water displacement to get rid of some of the water that's built up in here. You don't want to soak everything, but give it enough that it covers everything with the WD-40. And from this point on, it's just putting everything back together. Putting the shroud cover back on, you may have to pull the cord just a little bit to get the shroud to set down in there, and then put all the bolts back in for that. Don't forget to put your dipstick tube back in place, and the little collar bolt that holds that in place. And place your fuel tank back on. Don't forget there's 3 screws that hold the fuel tank on, plus a 3/8 bolt up underneath. And with a Phillips screwdriver, reinstall the cover. There's a little clip here that goes up underneath where the fuel tank lip is. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
And then reinstall this little plastic cover. It goes over the top of the carburetor. And then you should be ready to go.